2BW. I never said thank you. What do you figure that stands for? Bruce Willis? Barbara Walters? Bruce Wayne? You got me.
Mothman Jones TV reviews.
Hey everybody, I'm John, and this is the first TV season review I'm going to be doing on my channel. And it's for a show that I will explain how I got into it, Breaking Bad, Season 5, Part Uno. I heard about this show for a good 2 or 3 years, and out of nowhere, this past June, it might have been an act of God, but I just got provoked to, and I had this inspiration to just watch it, and it was early June. I finished all 4 seasons on Netflix by the first week of July. A show has never captivated me like that before, and I've never seen a show that was so consistent. So if you watch Breaking Bad, you know you can't do a review of Breaking Bad without spoiling it. So if you have not watched the show, I don't know what else to say. Get the f*** out right now. Get out. Get out. Get out. Go! Okay, so the story basically picks up from Face Off Season 4 right away, where basically Walt wins, as he calls it, when he just basically blows Gus halfway to hell, and he becomes Two-Face. What could happen from here? I mean, he resolved this big dilemma, so what could happen? How about Walt tries to build an empire? And this is when Walter White's character finally descends into madness and to a unlikable factor where most people who are sane would not root for him in this season. And there is some humanity shown left in him, as you can see from the second to last episode when he kills Mike. And Walt becomes so ignorant and thick-headed that he has no idea that he's causing his own destruction. And surely they will touch upon this in the second half of the last season. But things are not going to be good from here. Going into characters, Mike was one of the most defining, memorable characters in terms of that aspect for this season. I mean, you didn't really like him in Season 3 and 4, but in this season, I mean, he's still a cold-hearted, crazy man, but just the lines that come out of him and the way they're expressed by the actor are just damn great. Jesse, for a good portion of the season, didn't do much, but he had much more to play with. The character, Jesse, what's his name, Aaron Paul, had much more to play with in the second half of the season. But I have a feeling he's going to play a really crucial role in the second half, dealing with Walter White. But, I mean, we have no idea, because in the beginning of the show, the first scene you see is supposedly a year after what's going on right now, and you see Walt with hair in a remote diner somewhere eating breakfast. Alone. Well, what the hell happened there? Well, I guess we'll find out. The actress who plays Skylar has had a pretty spectacular season, a lot of good acting moments. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Love it. How do you describe Walt Jr.? You just can't. He's just too awesome. Todd is an ass. That's all I have to say about Todd. He's an ass. And Lydia is a nice addition to the show. And damn it, is she great eye candy. Hank was awesome on this season. And quite frankly, I cannot wait to see what he does at the beginning of next season, because what's going to happen? He knows about Walt now. Finally, Walt. When the great Bryan Cranston has the opportunity to act on the show, my God, does he act. For the most part, this season was full of tension, suspense, great character moments, a really cool action sequence which came from Dead Fright, which was my second favorite episode of the season. It might have been my favorite, actually. I loved Dead Fright. That was one of the best episodes of Breaking Bad, period, in my opinion. There was a few montages this season, not just one, which is usually 1 or 2. There was a few. And they were all spectacular. They all had really oddly amazing music, too, to play with them. And, I don't know, it was just very unique in the way they set out to cook the meth for Walt Empire. Going back to Dead Fright, the moment when Todd shot the kid, that was an extremely shocking moment. Also, that great moment where, well, I'm just going to reenact it. Heisenberg? last 15 minutes of the last episode, gliding overall, things were just so peaceful and gleeful and happy that I don't know about you, but I was shaking my pants. Things are way too positive right now. Something's gonna happen. Either Walt Jr. is gonna accidentally push Holly into the pool, or somebody's gonna bombard the house and just shoot everybody up. But then the ending was a very slow burn. It was just like something that doesn't hit you big at first, but after like a day or two, you're like, oh shit. And something tells me they're gonna kill the daughter Holly for some reason. I don't know why, but in a show like this, you have to expect anything, because this show is so non-linear and so not what you'd expect from a TV show that you can't go around assuming things because you don't know. I honestly can't predict how Hank is going to approach the situation. I really don't. I mean, I don't believe that he'll just come out with it right there and then at this family barbecue. I mean, he's probably going to hold it in for a little bit and he's going to scheme. But you don't know. Maybe he will come out with it and just reveal to everybody. Who knows? I mean, you did see in season 2 or 3 when Hank beats the crap out of Jesse, like, he has this really abrupt and spontaneous side to him that's really dark and scary. I don't know if Vince Gilligan is going to be this bold, or if he is. I don't know. I don't know if he has this like fetish for death, but I can see everybody, and I mean everybody, dead. I mean, between all the foreshadowing, especially the scene where Walt Jr. and Walt are watching Scarface, everybody dies in this movie, huh? I mean, you might expect Walt to die, but maybe he won't die. Maybe everybody else will die and he'll just carry on a new life. I can't believe we have to wait a whole freaking year for the show to come back. This is Sopranos all over again. And I didn't watch Sopranos. I'm not going to give these 8 episodes a rating somewhat, but I am going to just, if I haven't specified it already and clarified it, I loved basically most of what happened in these 8 episodes, and I absolutely cannot wait for next summer. If you watch this whole video, you're obviously a fan of Breaking Bad, because if not, really, I'll slap. That's for you. If you don't watch the show and you watch this whole video, you spoiler freak. But let me know what you thought about this season, this first half down below. Also like, subscribe, and check out my Twitter and Facebook account on the channel. I am John from Mothman Jones Reviews. Let me say one more thing. Magnets, bitch! And see you next time. Yo.